I haven't slept. Hi, everybody. I haven't slept much lately. We've been real busy, and I have to get. My eyes are puffy. I'm starting to take diuretics again, so I can get rid of this stuff. It's bad around my eyes, but the main thing I'm concerned with is my heart and the fluid around my heart. So I don't know. Nobody knows how long they got on this planet, but I got responsibilities. I have all these animals, and my partner was Leah. My parents have been long gone. Of course, my mom died way back in 2002, and that's like 21 years ago, coming up in June. I remember my sister saying, "Well, we won't be that far behind you." And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but I don't want to get that close to being. After all, Mom's lived her life. She was 81. In other words, I want the distance between what my mom passed away and what I passed away. I'd like there to be some distance. I'm sure she would have liked it too, because she liked her space. Uh, True, but anyway, I truly love my mom, but she liked her space. In fact, when she passed away, honestly speaking, I was an addict, a dope addict, and I had been helping to take care of her. And we didn't know when she was going to go. So I was in coastal, Oregon coast, in this really fancy house my sister had built, which is now lost, of course, because she couldn't afford it. Anyway, my mom, we don't know when she's going to go. I'm running out of dope. So I called my old roommate who I was getting my stuff from and said, man, I need to get some more stuff because well, first of all, I wasn't about to quit just cold turkey. My mom was passing away, but I was still around on this planet. So I had to get dope. So, man, they weren't that thrilled about it. My brother and my sister helped the people that were helping us out, but didn't have a choice. So I got in my car, drove to the town where I was getting my stuff from, and it sucks being an addict. I'm addicted to these vapes. I have to stop them. But I quit doing heroin years ago, right? Not too long after my mom passed away. About a year later, almost. I got on the methadone program a few months after she passed away, and I was still messing around with it off and on. But I quit finally after a situation that I accidentally killed an animal that I was related to narcotics. But that's another story. Anyway, this story is that when I drove to town to get this stuff, at one point the instruments on my car started to act very strange. The speedometer went around, and the thing for the meter thing, for the battery thing, started to act weird, going like that. These things happened, and it's strange. And when I got to the house, there was a message from another sister of mine that, saying to John, to my friend, to tell me that my mom had passed away, and to whatever, something about like whatever. I don't know what she was saying, but let me be aware of that. And so she was, and I appreciated John telling me. And I thought, that's strange, because it's about that time she passed away was when these instruments in my car started to act strangely. But there it is, I hear about that, and dig up the money to pay for the stuff. I had some money, and then, at the time, a little bit of money, so it was a fair amount of dope I was getting, and it was quite a chunk of black heroin. But it was the stuff is no good. It's all cut with bullshit. It just, if you're using stuff, you have a high tolerance. Not like you're really going to get high on this stuff unless you quit. And who wants to quit when you're so addicted that you just get sick? You can't quit, because otherwise you'll just be feeling completely miserable at least by the end of the day. So you're just stuck with this stupid habit, can't get high, and you're spending a lot of money on it. It's fucking stupid. But anyway, when things like this happen, and I think like these crazy thoughts, sometimes when I pick up an instrument or just walk to the piano or pick up the guitar or whatever and just do something simple, like simple basic type stuff, it always makes me feel better. You know, whether it's the piano, just even like dum 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 dum, or whatever. Or I thought about that with the harmonica, and I started to play something, and I thought, oh, it's a little different. It can still be simple, but maybe I'll try that. So I think after the thing is, I gotta quit these vapes. This is probably worse than the American Spirit that I was smoking, which at least it didn't come in uh, like a metal can. You know, there was some natural thing about it. So it's like this is basically a metal can and aerosol or something I'm breathing into my lungs. Now that's I don't know, but I suspect with some kind of fake flavoring. I'm gonna quit the stuff. I got some Chantix that helps cut the craving down, and I'm gonna do it for Rosalia's birthday, which is the end of May, and this time mean it. So I really want to not be addicted to things. But anyway, I started to think, okay, I'm just gonna play some basic stuff and suggest when you get all wound up about stuff and things in this crazy life, then you can just pick up what am I looking for? My drink. Pick up this thing or any instrument you might happen to play. It could be anything. 2 spoons, knock them together, 2 rocks. But I started to do this kind of thing, this older style kind of. Then I started to think about my great uncle Lorenzo. Now, Uncle Lorenzo, there's a story about him. My relatives on my mom's side of the family were railroad engineers. And great grandpa Mann, I remember my grandfather showed me a picture of him standing in front of this big old railroad engineer, the kind with the big smokestack. And I think I did a song about him. And anyway, so it's like I am just saying that I really was fascinated by the railroads. But Lorenzo, he his train got knocked off the tracks. And there was no bridge. It went into a creek. He was driving the St. Paul Express. This is probably the 1880s, 1890s, maybe early hundreds. 1900s. But anyway, that's all they found was his old railroad watch. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking, which is also a real fun thing to do when you want to just mess around the harp, just do your thing with the railroad thing. But I suppose I should dedicate this to great uncle Lorenzo Mann. What I read from the newspaper account at the time was that Lorenzo, the conductor, and the brakeman, they all perished. But they managed to stop the train before the passenger cars got knocked on into the water. So that's a pretty brave thing to do. They probably couldn't see anything. They probably had their heads out the window. Imagine, it starts to be a nice day when they leave, and the wind starts kicking up. The wind starts kicking up. The rain starts coming down. And pretty soon, buckets of the stuff, hitting the ground. Can't see, alarms, little signs on the tracks are going, on the side are going like in circles, on metal posts indicating trouble, maybe a lamp or something going in circles, but there had been rains in the area at the time and tornadoes and things like that, but they had to make their run, so nothing was going to stop them and the passengers. Like I said, they probably both got from either side, and they both, they had their slickers on, and Lorenzo's got his railroad engineer's cap totally soaked with water, and he's getting it on up. He's got to slow down. At the same time, he's got to go fast because he's got to get there, and the woods getting wet, if they're using or if they're using coal, it's just damp. It's probably not working right. It's just a huge, dangerous mess, and this incredible machinery that they managed to make at that time of history, and it's called the St. Cloud Express. Well, looks like the weather's getting pretty bad, Larry. Yeah, don't look too good, Bob, I got to say. Should we either go quicker or should we slow her down? I don't know, and track's pretty slick already, Bob. Maybe we should just kind of just hope for God let us know the way. Hope RC's got them passengers all settled down. I'm sure they know what's going on. Here they is coming out from leaving when the weather's fine and dandy and blue sky, and now we're like the size of a fishbowl. Well, there's anything else he can do. He can talk to the men, he can talk to the women, he can settle them all down. And remember, we got them pots of coffee on the trains now. On the passenger cars, they can get themselves some coffee, and I think there's some biscuits if Emma's biscuits lasted long enough. Not why I need to say with that. Oh, Lorenzo, you always eating things like this. You want overeating, biscuit eating muggins. So check out that top. We'll get up here in a quarter mile. Stick your head out there and let me know what you think, okay? I'm a little concerned about that curve up on that hill. Hey, there's I see train, yeah. Hey, there's a compadre train coming on back. He's not going too slow. I he's taking it mighty slow on the line. Did you see him? Oh, yeah, we waved each other. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody, no place can tell. Maybe they'll get that Waverly station and let them know what's going on out here, because it's not good. I mean, there's no siding to pull over. And we don't know about these bridges and stuff. They're kind of tight sometimes. I told AC, I said, with the company, with the money, you guys got to make more signs for these trains. In case of a desperation time like this, we need to be able to roll or stop. You got other people's lives depending on it, not just your profit margin. He hardly agreed with me. He said, yeah, but we got other expenses too. We got to strengthen them bridges. But you don't, I said. Even I know that, and I know because I got friends that work on them bridges, and they say you ain't giving them the money to repair the thing. It's the bottom line, the profit, the stockholders, they got to be satisfied. There ain't going to be no one to pay your bill. What your miss going to say about that? You don't give her something for her anniversary. Well, I think that she want me alive more than dead. You want to know the truth, they see. So your excuses don't work a goddamn on Mr. Lorenzo Mann. It looks okay, Lorenzo. It looks okay there up there on that hill. I don't know, though. Might take it a little slow. I'm kind of having hesitation on this. You know what I mean? I hear you, Bobby. Man, ain't that supposed to be? Can you look for a little further up there, Bobby? That structure seems to be all. It's about a mile that I can't really see, Lorenzo. I'm not too quite sure what I'm looking at. Yeah, but that structure, man, that structure, Lori, it's supposed to be out there a little further in the river. It looks to me like that disjointed a little bit, Can't you tell? I'm looking at my side here. I'm telling you, I can't see. Oh God, how that rain's in my face and. All that rain's been in my eyes, can't hardly see a thing. Lord, man, slow her down a little bit. Oh, slow that thing down a little bit more. We're gonna try to inch up to it, see what we got. Metal's clanking, screaming. You know, wood's knocking around, cold knocking, coming down all around, and the AC and in his mind thinking that dirty son of a bitch not putting out the money to do this right. Bob's trying to do his thing with his coal and his wood, and Lorenzo's out there, and God Almighty, he's got his head out the window. Oh, it don't look so good. I'm slamming on the brakes, help me with it, and they're slamming on these brakes. And that was all she wrote, man. The St. Cow Express. The engineer, the proud engineer, Lorenzo Mann, and his proud fireman, Bobby Buell, perished along with the conductor. There she was, but not one passenger car made the trip into the bottom of that river. In the newspaper accounting that I read, there wasn't even a name mentioned of the river, the town. It's just there was a fatal accident. I wonder how many more were fatal accidents that time of our world when so much traveled by railroad. Anyway, one day I'll make another more proper video for you, Uncle Lorenzo. But the way I see it, you must have been paying pretty fine attention, or there'd have been even more dead people than yourself and your compadres. God bless you, Uncle Lorenzo. Y'all take care, and God bless you, Mr. Brakeman, Mr. Conductor. I'll make another video. This just came up spontaneously. But what an amazing thing that they're willing to, one, make the trip in that weather, and secondly, I guess, just be aware enough of what could happen, that they were able to stop the train before anybody else got killed. Okay, y'all. Thanks for checking out the story. Bye-bye.